Welcome back, everybody. This is Dice Masters with James and Zach. I'm Zach.
And I'm James. Hello.
Hello. We are back to modern competitive teams this time. And so we've got a couple to test out here for you. I have got a Dum Dum Dugan Spider-Man War of the Heart team going on here. This team was very successfully used against me by Ben Scott in the virtual worlds. He beat me with only 3 purchased dice, despite my kiln being out in the field. And I've always wanted to try and see if I could make kind of a sort of a, at least hopefully top tier version. We'll see how it goes. So Dum Dum Dugan gets +1 attack for each of your sidekick dice in the field zone. So the more sidekicks you have, the better he gets. And then Spider-Man, it's got a bunch of text there. While he's attacking, your opponent has to declare at least 1 blocker for each of your sidekicks before assigning blockers to your non-sidekick character dice. And when when Spider-Man attacks, you prevent all damage dealt to your sidekick characters. So Dum Dum gets buffed for all the sidekicks you have, and then the more you have, the more likely he is to go through unblocked. And because he's not an ally, which makes him a little bit better than Foot Ninja in this case, he doesn't get to be blocked. So then to get sidekicks, I'm trying to use the new rare crystal. Gives me twice the opportunity to roll sidekicks. I'm going to try and use Mimic for ramp a little bit, and I'm going to attempt this without any globals that give me sidekicks and just see if Crystal is enough on her own. And then I've got my control pieces. I've got Cold Gun. I've got Shriek. I've got the rare Blob. And then I thought I would also try out the rare Wrecker, so that players can only use the global abilities of their active characters. Possibly shut down things like Kate Bishop Global or Chalkboard or something. And so we'll see how that goes. Anyway.
And go on.
I forgot my basic actions. I got Insect Plague, just in case I need to get a couple of damage through, although Wrecker would be sort of counter synergistic with that. And then I've got enough affiliations on the team and hopefully enough characters that I thought I would try Team Up again because, we love Team Up on this channel. Anyway, sorry, back to you, James.
I'm rolling out Nobby again. The same team exactly that I played against Joe's healer beholder monstrosity. With the Absorbing Man, the rare one, I'm proxying it because I don't have it yet, but it's coming. Apparently, I will have it soon. Thank you, Dana. Thanks also, before I forget, to the Dice Coalition, lovely new database, nice color scheme. So, idea is get a bunch of villains out to control. So Shriek, Scarlet Witch, Madam Mask, and then probably get the Collector out and start virtually fielding Nobbies to do horrible amounts of damage, which will be doubled by the rare Absorbing Man's ability, who copies both mine and Zack's when fielded abilities while he's active. Where is he? Yes, while Absorbing Man is active, when a when fielded effect is used, you may use a copy of it. So if I had, 3 villains in the field and I fielded Norman, who would be a 4th, then that would do 8 damage, which is fun.
Ouch. Yeah.
But it may very well not work. So, and I've got two different prep globals on my basic actions for bag churn really, and for trying to make sure I can get to the Collector. And the rest of it's control and a bit of Merlin for energy fixing. I just want to play with it a little bit more, see if I can get a bit slick with it. So that's that.
All right.
Over to you, Zack.
Do we know how Rare Absorbing Man is going to work with Shriek or
no,
Blob or Mimic?
No, but I think it's good to make a video on it and people can explore that issue.
My interpretation would be all 3 of those have when fielded effects that he would copy, but then the other part of their ability is while active, and he doesn't get to copy that ability.
I would say it stays till the end of turn because of that.
Okay, that seems fair.
So on the turn you field Shriek.
But then it says while Shriek is active, ignore that card's text. So the actual part that blanks would be her while active ability.
Yeah, but effects stay till the end of turn, unless otherwise stated. So that's why I would say that.
Well, but if he's only copying the when fielded effect, the when fielding effect is choosing a card.
When fielded, choose a card. Yeah, okay, you have a point. I don't know. What is?
Yeah, I think we need a ruling on that one. Blob and Mimic don't say while active, so I think those are a little bit more up in the air. But we'll have to see. We'll play it as best we can, I guess.
For what it's worth, Laurier was of the opinion that Absorbing Man would replace Shriek's name in her card. But I take your point about it saying while active.
Yeah, I don't know.
And then
we could think of it like the Collector, where if you field her with Collector, you get kind of a third blank for the turn. Absorbing Man could work like that.
Well, given that,
I don't know.
Yeah, I suppose. What does it copy then? Yeah, okay, yeah, I don't know is the answer.
All right, well, I guess we'll see what happens. Action or energy, James?
Action, please, Zach.
It is energy.
Would you look at that?
I think I'll go first. All right, good luck, James.
Good luck to you, sir.
We'll do that in transit. All right. Trying out my dice tower again. We'll see if it's any better this time. So far, so good. I don't know the build order yet, but I think I'm going to try and buy a crystal, and then I will use your Villainous Pact Global. All right, pass turn.
Whoa, I've just secretly mirrored my image off screen because I've hope it's all right now. Looks all right. Jolly good. Right. Yeah. Speaking of not knowing what to buy. Okay, I've got 4. You're not action dice dependent, are you, in any way, I imagine?
I mean, I have action dice.
Do you? Oh, you have cold gun. Resurrection. Have you got when fielded? Let's have a look at this.
I do have when fielded.
You've got various, but you have got when fielded. Right. I'll buy a Madam Mask. Pass turn to you.
Right. Sort of wondering whether I should have bought Mimic and then just waited to prep. And we'll see what happens. All right, so 3 in the bag, and ooh, look at that crystal. Thanks, Crystal. And she comes out. Really does seem like I should go for Mimic here. So we'll field Crystal and a Sidekick, and we'll buy Mimic. We'll do that. Pass turn.
Yeah. Right. That would be a Shriek. No, hang on, not like that. Like that. And a Resurrection. Ooh, there she is. Hello.
Yeah, that worked out.
Over to you. Oh.
Wait, you have 4 energy or 3 energy?
What? Got 6 in my bag. 2 dice I bought and the 4 I've just spent. Hang on, I'll flip back to my screen.
Right, but how did you resurrect and buy Madam Mask for?
I didn't. I bought her on the first turn and she just came out of the bag with Resurrection.
Sorry, I missed the part where you went in back. Okay, sorry. All right. I just have Sidekicks left in my bag. Starting to feel like I should have bought Mimic first. Oh well, all right, I'll save that and I'll re-roll these 2 masks. Okay, I'm going to turn this to a question mark using Crystal's ability, or sorry, question mark to a Sidekick. We'll field both of those, and then for 2, I'm going to buy Dum Dum and pass turn.
Uh-huh.
Oh, or I could have prepped twice. Now that I would have taken bag burn.
Right, who are you going to kill me with? You're going to kill me with Dum Dum, right?
Maybe.
What else you got? Mainly Dum Dum. Let's do that then. Well, let's see if I roll first, because I've got to Shriek out the bag.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. We get it. So, what's my best option? Have I got only 2 costs on my team? No, I do not. So I'll ramp twice and fill them, naming Dum Dum.
Okay.
Fielding for 1. Well, they should be down there already. Excuse me. And ramping twice in the correct order, which would be Villainous Pact and Resurrection.
All right, so I can't use when fielded abilities, huh?
Pass turn to you.
Unfortunate. Should have gone for my control earlier. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello. Okay. But none of the. I got that. What am I going to do with 2 masks? Well. All right. So I'm going to spend a mask, a fist, and a bolt, and I'm going to buy Cold Gun.
No.
And then in the appropriate order, I'm going to Resurrect and Villainous Pact. All right. And then I will pass turn.
Okay. Okay, 3 out and another one. Ooh, I say. Sidekicks seem like they might be useful, right? I think so. Okay, so we field those and we buy a Scarlet Witch against his nasty Cold Gun. We'll see who gets there first. Probably you.
Well, we'll see.
Pass turn.
All right, I've got only 1 in the bag, so hopefully I can get that Cold Gun out. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. All right, still got to roll it. Still have to roll it.
No dice.
All right, we'll roll both of these again. Oh, come on.
That's a James roll.
Jeez. All right, we'll field these. We'll pay 1. We'll field Dum Dum, who's blanked. And then for 3, I'm going to buy another Cold Gun.
Right.
Pass turn.
Okay. Fill the bag, and I'll do it on camera because that means I'll get what I want. Hey.
He does, of course he does.
I am the drawing king, just not the rolling king. Ugh.
I'm thinking that I needed to bring Cone of Cold instead of Insect Plague so that I could get the buff damage, or possibly instead of Team Up.
There she is. There she blows.
Definitely should have gone for better control earlier.
Okay, Absorbing Man is a 4 cost, not 3 cost, sadly, but Nobby is a 3 cost. He is a fielding. Only 1, though. Right, obviously, because I can flip 1 to a bolt, that's what I was thinking. Or I could just ramp and leave it a bit, since I have you slightly pinned down, but I don't have too many dice in my bag. If I take those 2 out, so if I fill that for 1 and then I ramped for 2, I take 2 dice out of my bag, leaving myself only 3 dice. So I get bag burn, which is not the end of the world, but I could buy Collector. Maybe I'll do that. Alright, I'll field it, and that's fielding, and I'll ramp twice, which means I'll take these 2 out of my bag. First Villainous Pact and then Resurrection. Pass turn.
All right, I've got only 2 dice in my bag. So let's get a couple of Cold Guns here. No one's ever going to believe that I do this legit.
You're pixelated horribly, so you could probably just trick it, place it on the side that you want. And
oh my gosh, and they both come up, so I have to roll them again, but we're doing okay so far. All right.
Wow, I've never seen you more pixelated.
Oh my gosh, okay. I do have a cold gun.
Whew, it's back. I can see.
Okay.
I can see it.
Well, I rolled both cold guns as actions, but then I rolled them again, and I got one cold gun. Okay, so the question is, do I blank meta mask so that I can get my mimic in the field? Probably not. But there's no point in blanking. No point in blanking Shriek unless I'm going to attack this turn. I don't think I need to. So I might as well, I guess. So I'm going to go ahead and put Cold Gun in the field. I suppose I could always just wait. I don't have to use it right now, do I?
True.
All right, well, I'm spending the generic energy to feel... what do I do? Of course, he wouldn't get to use his wind field effect.
True.
Might as well. Okay, I'll field him anyway. Then I just have one fist. But I could have a bolt if I really wanted to. Actually, can I take that back?
Sure.
I will turn that into a bolt using your global, and then I won't field him. And for 3 energy, I will buy a Shriek. All right.
Okay.
Pass turn.
All right. Right. Occurs to me that Grod might be better on this team. Okay, so the bag's empty. I'm taking those 3, putting them in the bag, taking them out, and taking 1 bag burn. For a generic energy, which I'll undoubtedly forget unless I mark it in some way, so I'll just use this, like Zack does. There we go.
Helps me every time.
Yeah. It's kind of hard to forget a big yellow die.
Yeah, exactly.
Ooh, hello. What's all that then? Generic actually helps with churn, doesn't it? Because it's 1 more dice. It's not going in your bag.
I mean, yeah.
I'm just thinking if I fielded those, 1, 2, 3, 4, flipped 1 to a bolt, bought collector, and then I would only have, oh no, I would have 5 in my use pile, but still not a bad thing. No, but you're looking a bit threatening. I don't know what to do about that.
I still need a couple of pieces. I'm not doing this in the best way.
I will do what I said I'll do. So I'll field those, and I'll use a bolt using Merlin's global. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, including a mask. Collector paid for. Generic goes away, and that's the end of my turn.
Sure. All right, 2 in the bag. And 2 out. There's Shriek. No Shriek yet. Gonna re-roll her and these sidekicks.
Oh dear.
What are you doing to me? All right, well, we'll field that. Pay for by a blob.
God. So retroactive control. I don't like this one.
I know, but I was like, I was going to be fine. It's so frustrating. All right, pass turn.
Fill the bag. Camera. Collector.
I'm only bringing 1 Shriek die, too, because I'm worried about Collector.
Yeah, he's not rolling currently.
I mean, tell me that after the second roll.
Yeah, fair enough. He's rolled.
Yeah, see, he rolled his second roll. Can't do anything about that.
Right. Okay. Oh, okay, I'm going to field him. What can I do? Clever things. I'm not too hot on. It's like the second time I've ever played the collector. What clever things could I realistically do? Can't do Merlin because I don't have enough energy. Oh, I could flip a bolt. Actually, I could do Merlin, but unblockable 3 is more of a finisher than a starter, I suppose. Nothing's happening with Coal Gun. I can borrow your things. Can I? Forgot that.
Could.
I've got a mask. What would that help? So I could.
What's the Madam Mask specifically says? Your opponent's when-fielded abilities do not trigger. So I'm wondering, is that when I use when-fielded effects, or the when-fielded effects from my characters? Like, could you now use Collector on my characters, or does Madam Mask prevent it?
No, I think I'm all right with that. I think
Right.
if I'm fielding it, it's mine. They just made up
Seems
a
reasonable.
Shriek. If I'm fielding the die, it's under my control and it's my die, so it doesn't stay. I think I'm pretty sure of that.
All right.
Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. So Dum Dum does +1 attack for each sidekick in your field zone. So if I
No, in the field zone.
In the field zone. Holy moly!
Oh no, sorry. Each of your sidekick dice in the field zone. Yeah.
Okay. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. That would be 5, and I could make it unblockable just for fun. And that would at least get me a sidekick into here that I could use without getting more bag burn. No, I've got one. No, I've got 1 die in my bag anyway. So I could do 5 damage like that, or I could do a Nobby. And Nobby would get me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 also. And I wouldn't have to. I would still have to spend that, but I could use that to ramp. So I could do 5 either way. Back to my screen. 5 either way, but if I do it like that, then I get to ramp. And if I do it with your Dum Dum, I could taunt you into using your Coal Gun, perhaps. I don't know if you would do that.
Well, Dum Dum's not a sidekick, so you can't actually make him unblockable.
Oh, in that case, then the decision's much easier. Okay.
That's the point. That's why he works with Spider-Man, because
gotcha.
they can't block him.
Gotcha. Okay, fair enough. Well, then it's Nobby then, isn't it? Clearly.
Yeah.
It's just a question whether I want to buy anything first. Well, I don't have any 2 costs, so even if I flipped something, that's not going to work out. Okay, fine. So yeah, I'm gonna do that. Villainous Pact. Is that what I want to do? Yeah. And I'll Nobby. So he does 5 to you. Oh, have you got any villains in the field? 1, 2, 3.
I don't have any villains in the field.
Oh, damn you.
I tried last turn very hard.
Oh, I forgot to do the score earlier. So I took one bag burn earlier. So that's me down to 19. You're down to 15. And then I have to figure out if I should attack, which I need to flick back to your screen for. And I've only got 3 dice there. So I'll pass priority. Sorry. You've got a call.
Yeah, I'm not going to do it.
Okay. I'll obviously attack with him because he's just going to go away otherwise.
He's just like a 2/1.
Yeah, he's just a 2/1.
Just a 2/1.
I'm finished declaring yet because I'm going to do a sidekick or 2, I think. Yeah, there you go. So I have finished declaring it. I'll just show my screen. There you go. I attacked with Nobby and 2 sidekicks.
All right, I'll block Nobby with a sidekick, and I'll block the sidekicks with Dum Dum and Crystal.
So they'll get knocked out. He'll return to his card.
Yep.
And that's that then, isn't it? Okay.
All right. There we go. 3 in the bag. So, oh, what am I doing? All confused now. Right. 1 more. Okay.
And the sidekick in the prep area, probably. Okay.
Oh. I don't know why I'm all confused all of a sudden. Okay, so there we go. And we got that.
Coal Gun needs to be re-rolled.
Yeah. But it's probably not worth Mimic anymore. but it'd be nice. What else would I want to buy? I guess I'll just re-roll this, and I have to re-roll that. Ah, there we go.
Ooh, lucky
Got
dog.
another cold gun in the fields. All right, I guess it's time that we bought Spider-Man. Sort of the whole point here. And then we will pay, doesn't matter, and prep a die. All right.
Nice.
And we'll pass turn.
Okay. I'm going to take 3. There's nothing in my bag, so I'll have another bag burn.
Slowly getting you down.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, sometimes Scarlet Witch helps, and sometimes they just roll them twice.
Right. Not a fist amongst them, or a mask for absorbing that. That's handy. I suppose a shield could be handy. Possibly a sidekick as well. No. Ah, at least one. Yeah, I do think Grodd might be a good move.
Yeah, because that's your one. I mean, I think you're thinking of Merlin as being like an attacking character, but maybe the energy from Grodd.
Well, people use him as a
useful.
backup, but I've never been that keen on that. But you know, maybe that's just me being stupid.
I mean, I guess Grodd would be as a backup. He'd be 1 more expensive for 4 minimum instead of 3.
Yeah. I mean, I do have bolts to buy, but yeah, I can see Grodd. I quite fancy. I like Grodd more, in fact.
Yeah, and if you've got Kate Bishop, then he's not really a backup anyway.
No, true. I will buy a Absorbing Man, and I will resurrect, which my bag is empty, so he will go to prep. And I will, well, I'll do some damage while I can. I'll field a temporary Nobby. That's in transition. So
5 more.
That's another 5.
Down to 10. Can't take many more of those.
No, if I'd rolled a few more fists, it would be much more pressure on. And then I will pass priority.
Pass back.
Grossly pixelated, and I'll attack with a Nobby.
Just Nobby?
Just Nobby this time. Yeah.
All right, I'll just. You don't have anything to buff with. I'll just block with Dum Dum, who's a 7/3.
Okay, he's going back to his card in any case, and yep. So I just put it back in his card. Sorry, and pass turn to you.
All right, 2 in the bag.
I took another bag burn, so my life's down to 80.
And got 2 more. Okay.
You've got all the stuff.
All the stuff. Don't have all the stuff yet. Oh, I'm going to have some trouble with fielding costs here. All right.
No!
Shriek! This is driving me insane. All right. Do I want this to be a sidekick? I think I do. So we'll make that into a sidekick. Okay. I'm going to use Cold Gun to KO your Madam Mask. But even if she wasn't KO'd, she'd be blanked.
Yep.
I always forget that the blanking only happens on bursts. Luckily, I got bursts, so either so that would work. Okay. So now I'm going to use Cold Gun to KO your Shriek. I'm going to pay 1 to field Blob, targeting Shriek.
Okay.
I'm going to field a Sidekick. I'm going to pay 1 to field Spider-Man.
Okay.
I think that was the right move. I still need my blanker to come out so I can prevent myself from taking 10 damage next turn, but we'll see what happens. I mean, unless you can't field Shriek, so maybe, well, but you'll get Absorbing Man instead, and we'll see. You'll definitely roll him. So we might as well do some damage then. So I will pass priority.
Oh, got nothing.
So I will attack with 4 sidekicks.
Okay.
And Dum Dum. And Spider-Man.
Wow. So, to be clear, Spider-Man means I have to block all your sidekicks.
You don't have to block the sidekicks.
If I want to block
but
anything
all
else.
my sidekicks have to be blocked before you can block anything else.
Right. So that means
Spider-Man and because Spider-Man's attacking, they don't take any damage this turn.
So Spider-Man and Dum Dum are going through anyway, basically.
I mean, it looks like it, yes.
I can't do anything about that. So that would be 7 for Dum Dum.
No, we got another sidekick, so it's 8.
Oh, sorry. 8 plus Spider-Man is he a 4?
He's a 4, yes. That'd be 12.
12. That's pretty brutal. That's pretty good.
So the question is, do you let the 4 sidekicks through as well, I guess, right?
16, and then you just need to do an unblockable sidekick. Or 2. Or 3. Or 4. I don't know. It'd be quite good to clear your field of sidekicks and pollute your bag. Do you know what? I'll just take it all to the face.
Okay, all right. So you're going to go down to 2. All right, assuming that I don't die next turn, which is a distinct possibility. Maybe I'll win. All right, your turn.
Just modifying your score. I probably could have just blocked 2 of those. Never mind. It's all fun.
If I just attack with everything, then I would just won, right? Oh, I'm stupid.
Yeah.
Dang it.
Yeah, I guess so. No, hang on. I could have blocked something, but
no, because you couldn't have blocked. No, then you would have blocked the sidekick.
Yeah, I would have blocked something.
Sure. But I would have dealt dealt 3. No, I still would have dealt 4 more damage. Dang it! Oh, I should have counted ahead of time. Oh, I'm gonna kick myself for that one.
Is that right? Okay.
Because you would have had to block. You can only block 4 characters. There's 3 more characters with 4 damage between them.
Oh, but I would have taken 4 less damage from the sidekicks that didn't go through, so I'd still be on 2, 3. Am I on 2 or 3? I'm on 2.
You're on 2.
I think I would have been on 2 anyway.
No, that's true. You're right. I would have dealt you 8, 12, 16. Yeah, okay. I guess that was the right call.
Okay. All right. Well, I better bloody roll.
All right.
Okay. There's just sidekicks here, nothing in my bag. So I'm just going to take 4 of those, put 2 in my bag.
Sure. All right. We're just going to hope for either no fist or no Madam Mask and no Absorbing Man.
No anything.
Yeah, you got a fist at least. 2 fists.
Yeah, but, things need to roll. She can't even be fielded, right? So
no.
Not much point leaving on that.
It'd be nice if it was you not getting the characters again.
Don't say that. Oh, the same.
Oh, I did say it. Oh, that's gross. At least you have the fists.
Jesus. Well, I'm going to say I'm going to regret.
That was the roll we needed.
I'm going to regret not bringing Blink. I thought about swapping out that, but then I thought you would cry if I put Blink on the team, so I didn't.
I mean, Blink doesn't really get used against you on that team. It's not a bad call.
Well, if you've got a direct damage team, Blink, innit? And I was going to do that because I don't think I necessarily need double things, but then I thought if I did that after the fact, you'd be not very happy. So
it's all a learning experience.
Indeed. Now, you see, that's not very good, is it? Well, I do have energy on the bright side.
Yeah.
For all the good it does me.
Get me down pretty low.
What can I get you down to? 6 without fielding another villain. Is there something clever I can do? No.
Well, you can save an energy for my turn.
Well, yeah, I intend to do that. She's done. Yeah. Okay, so she's going to go to used at the end of the main step.
Yeah.
because I can't field her. I could buy an actual Nobby. Not be a bad thing, but
Yeah, it's true. Never forget that you can actually just buy the character.
is there anything of yours that I could usefully do?
Uh,
Probably not.
Well, I mean, you could buy my Spider-Man, but I don't think you have lethal if you do that.
You've got 3. I've got 3 sidekicks. Actually, you know what? Look, that's 7. How about then they'd all go, wouldn't they? Yeah. So you've got how much life? 10. No, I don't think there's anything quite clever enough that I can do.
Oh, is that 7? You have the level 3 shriek. That might actually be lethal if you get Spider-Man.
How would it be lethal? Oh, because Spider-Man.
Yeah.
What's Spider-Man's attack on his first side?
You love to use a 3/3 at level 1, it turns out.
Oh my god, there it is. Yeah.
Using it against me.
Yeah, there we go. We don't even need Nobby. Okay, so there's the, how much do I need? Two energy for Spider-Man. Nobby's collector is unblanked. It's Shriek, which is blank, but I can't field. So if I field, you don't have a cold gun in the
I mean, he
field.
would be blanked if I'd rolled Shriek anytime this game, but,
Yeah.
you know, whatever.
Yeah, fair enough. So I'll have one of your Spider-Men, please. We'll have to.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't think to prepare duplicates of your entire team. So let's just let's do. Who's got 4? He's got 4.
Doesn't matter. It's a 3/3. I can only block 3 characters.
Whatever.
I have a fist, but I don't think I have any globals I can do with it.
Yeah, you've used both your.
Yeah, it's going to be exactly 10 damage. Ugh. If you didn't have the level 3 Scarlet Witch, I'd be fine.
If I'd rolled either of those, I would be fine. Otherwise, so you know. But your shriek not coming around 2 or 3 times didn't help at all.
Well, if you rolled both of them, that would have been would have been lethal right away.
Both
if you rolled
would have been.
If you'd only rolled Madame Mask, then you would have only been able to do me 8 damage between your turn and my turn, and I still would have had a chance at my next turn.
Both rolled would have been 8, wouldn't it?
Yeah, well,
but I have an excess of characters as well.
Well, if you got an Absorbing Man and Madame Mask, you would have 5 with Nobby.
Nobby would be 5.
Plus, you get the double, so it would have been lethal anyway.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Would I have even been able to get 2 damage next turn? Just for my own sanity, because I guess I didn't miss lethal, but gave you the win there. With my own Spider-Man. I did consider bringing only 1. Just in case, you know? Well, I think that, no, because you would have had 5 characters in the field. I think that would be 1 damage extra. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Right,
oh, well.
Okay.
Man, you got me.
It was good, though. I think you two, you know.
Yeah, that was good. I feel like I like Insect Plague Foot Ninja better because you only need 1 card in a global.
Yeah, right.
Whereas you have to have both Spider-Man and Dum Dum. Although you can use multiple Dum Dums at the same time. I just had to get all my control stuff out.
Somebody plays the Wrecker against Insect Plague, you're in Stuck.
Yeah, well, that's why you have something like Cold Gun ready. Yeah, I think I sort of didn't realize I was going to have to get to my stuff early. Like I should have reacted to your Madame Mask much quicker instead of going for my other stuff. Because then I would have been able to hopefully get that out. God, Shriek though. Because that last turn I would have been able to field her and blank your collector, and then you would have had a hard time getting around that.
Yep, true enough.
Well, I only brought the 1 die. I should only bring 1 die for Spider-Man, and I think that's fair because I'm only going to need 1 anyway.
Definitely.
And I definitely was like thinking that it could be used against me, but nothing else really besides Shriek, and I only brought 1 die for Shriek. I thought maybe Dum Dum if you had an excess of characters, but I guess I could always block it. Yeah, all right.
Okay.
I'm thinking I might have to bring only 1 die for Spider-Man, and then possibly bring something like Cold to take things out. Anyway,
you got a bunch of
stuff to
sidekicks.
think about.
That was quite good. You didn't even need Mimic stability in the end because you had so many sidekicks in the field and everything was cheap for you, so it's quite good.
Yeah, maybe Mimic's not the best. All right, well, we'll keep tinkering and keep trying to think about competitive stuff. Let us know how we did in the comments, and thanks everyone for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thank you. Bye-bye.